Here's a quick tutorial on Stormtrooper boots. Now these aren't 100% accurate, but they're pretty close, and they're going to be going on a mannequin, so that's all good. One of they're sort of quite a pointed shoe or boot, and in England they call these Chelsea boots. In America I think they call them jodhpur boots. So you want that seam line there. This needs to be a uniform width, but it does taper at the top. That's the only real difference. And I've gone for the light tan, as I thought it would be easier to dye this rather than the black. So the first thing we need to do is protect the sole from getting any paint on it, and what I'm going to use is masking fluid, and I'm going to roughly paint it on with Q-tips or earbuds, and I'll speed this process up. Now we've added this on, we need to take off the excess around the leather section with another Q-tip. And then we just continue the process all the way around. That's the first stage completed, and then we'll let that dry, and we'll just mask around the base or the sole of the boot. So we'll be right back. Next stage, mask up the sole. As is, you know, we've already done part of it with the masking fluid, but this just adds a little bit more for the rest of the sole. And again, I'll speed up this process. And that's it for this next stage. Repeat the process for both feet and both shoes, and we'll go on to the next stage. Okay, next stage is some wire wool. This is just to roughen up the surface slightly, so the acetone will take. Well, the acetone will take out the polishes and the treatment to the leather. So I'll continue with this and I'll be right back. Next stage, some pure acetone, little container, some cotton earbuds and some cotton wool buds. So just put a little bit in there. And this next stage is just to take partially the leather dye. It won't do a great job of that, but it will take off any of the varnish. This has to be done in a well ventilated area because it will give you a headache. So as you can see, it's taken off some of the colorants and some of the clear coat on the leather. And then as soon as you get it, change it round to another side as soon as it gets dirty, and keep working away. This is just to prepare the leather. For the paint. So you repeat that process for both sets of boots and let them dry, and I'll be right back for the next stage. Okay, next stage is just refining the edges that you've already cleaned with some Q-tips or cotton wool buds, earbuds. And if you rotate the earbud as you're going along, get all the clean, you're always working with a clean tip. Change your Q-tips as often as you can, or as you need. And just go around all the boot. Making sure you've got right to the edge. Of the leather. That's the end of this stage, and so far it was a 50ml bottle of acetone and I've used most of it. you know, it's probably less than a quarter now left. Right, the next stage is the painting stage. Just got a softish brush. This is a product we're going to use, and it's an acrylic leather paint, so it's going to take at least 2 coats, maybe 4 coats. We'll see how we get on. So I'm just going to decant a little into this plastic container. And we'll start painting. Don't want to go very heavy on the first coat, so spread the paint around with your brush. Like I said, nice thin coat as the base coat. Get into all the grooves of the leather. And also painting the elastic section of the boot. Again, I'll speed up this section so it doesn't get too boring. You want to just get it into all the crannies. Okay, last coat. Pretty much there, it's just to the naked eye you can just about see a couple of bits. That's slightly darker. So this is the fourth coat. Like I said, you could probably get away with 3. But, you know, if you want a good finish, you might as well go for the 4th. Thin coats are better than thick. You know, 1 thick or 2 thick coats. Just get a better result, less chance of getting any brush strokes. And this paint is fairly thick anyway, so once we've done this coat, I'll do the second shoe off camera, and we'll let this cure overnight before we go into the, well, last couple of stages. One is just peel off the masking and the mask oil paint. Peel those 2 off, and then we'll do a little coat of a protection coat, which I'll show you at the end. But this paint's pretty good. Pretty impressed with it. And those going for accuracy. That's exactly how they did it on the films in 1976 when they're preparing for Star Wars. So that's 4 coats. Pleased with that. Right, I'll just get the other boot painted up and I'll be right back. Okay, 4 coats in. Time to take this off. Already done the other shoe or boot, and this will be the same. I'll need to do some touch-ups on the bit that was masked off with mask on. So that's what they look like without removing the mask on. Right, so as you can see, it's not right on the edge, it's not brilliant. So what I'm going to do is paint with a small paintbrush, just go around that edge, do a couple of coats, and I'll be back. So we've taken off all of the mask oil, and now I'm just going to go around, just paint one thin layer just around tops and the edges, and then I'll clean it up as I go along. And then we'll do another coat once this is cured, and then it'll be the last stage of protecting the leather. Not that these probably will ever be trooped, but protection needs protection. So yeah, we'll get that effect. Like I said, just clearing it up as we go. And then we'll do another coat and we'll have a look at them before we go on to the next stage. It's all painted now. These are the end results. Very pleased with them. And this is how they did it for the film back in the day. Last thing we're going to do is just protect it with some Fledge multi-surface polish, and we're just going to sponge that on. And this will just protect it. And this stuff's like water when it goes on, so you can't do thick layers, it's only a thin layer. And just focus on the front of the boot. Sorry about that. And we'll come back to this once that's dried, which won't take long. Like I said, it's just like water, but it will protect it for trooping. There you go. Hope you enjoyed that tutorial, and there'll be plenty more to come. Don't forget to rate, comment and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.